Hey everyone, welcome back. Hope you're having a fantastic day so far. So, coming up starting next year after the upcoming Social Security increase, some beneficiaries are going to be eligible for payments worth all the way up to $5,251. In today's video, we are going to be covering everything that you need to know. But before we go ahead and dive into for today, if you would like to receive up to $200 in free stock or $200 in free cash, in a pinned comment below, I will be leaving a link to Robinhood. All you have to do is once you click on that link is just sign up for a free account and then simply link your bank account. You do not even have to make an opening deposit. At that point in time, Robinhood will be sending you one free stock worth all the way up to $200. And if you'd rather just have the cash, all you have to do is once you receive the free stock is just sell it for what it's worth and then transfer the cash value right back to your bank account. Okay, so starting next year in 2026, as soon as January, certain beneficiaries of Social Security are going to be receiving their increase, and the max payment is going to be worth all the way up to $5,251. So in today's video, we're going to be covering this article here by the Motley Fool, asking, will you qualify for Social Security's biggest paycheck of $5,251 in 2026, and how exactly you will be able to qualify for that max payment. So let's go ahead and dive into this article. First off, they say that Social Security benefits can be life-changing for retirees, particularly those on a tight budget. In 2026, the highest payment will be a whopping $5,251 a month, which is significantly higher than the $2,008 monthly average among retired workers. Now, very few retirees will qualify for the maximum benefit, as it's incredibly difficult to meet all these requirements for it, but that doesn't mean it's impossible. Here's exactly what you need to do to earn the highest possible payout. Now, once again, obviously, $5,251 is nowhere near what the average is. Again, they mentioned there $2,008 is the average. That is as of this year, right around as I believe August was the average payment of $2,008. Now, with the 2.8% cost of living adjustment that is going to be coming into effect starting in January of next year, that is going to be lifted up to close to $2,060 per month. So obviously, $2,060 is a lot less than the maximum you can receive, and very few people actually receive this maximum of $5,251. So first off, the first thing you must do is work for at least 35 years. So your primary insurance amount, or the amount you'll collect if you file at your full retirement age, is calculated by taking an average of your earnings throughout the 35 years of your career you earned the most. You don't have to work for 35 years to qualify for Social Security, but if you work fewer than that, you'll have zeros added to your average to account for any time you were not working. To qualify for the maximum benefits, then you'll have to work for at least 35 full years before filing for benefits. Even if you have worked long enough already, continuing your career later in life can help you get closer to the max benefit. Chances are you're earning more now than you were 35 years ago, and because your benefit is based on your highest earning years, working longer with higher earnings can increase your average and result in a larger monthly payment. Now, the second thing you need to do is to reach the maximum taxable earnings limit. So it's not enough to simply work for 35 years to earn the maximum benefit. You also need a specific salary. So the maximum taxable earnings limit is a cap on income subject to Social Security taxes. Only income up to this limit will contribute towards your benefit calculations, so you'll need to consistently reach the cap to earn the max payments. In 2026, the annual income cap will be $184,500 per year. That's an increase from $176,100 per year in 2025, and the limit generally increases year after year to account for cost of living changes. To earn the highest possible benefit amount, you'll need to have been reaching the earnings limit consistently throughout your career, and of course those 35 years. So again, very few people actually make a very high income for 35 years to be eligible for this maximum Social Security benefit. And again, this limit increases each and every year. So maybe 2027 it might be 190,000, and it's going to eventually move over $200,000. And believe it or not, there are some lawmakers in Washington who actually want to lift the cap to where you're paying taxes into the Social Security Trust Fund on all earnings. That way, someone who earns, let's say, like $50 million per year, if they're like a pro athlete, an actor, an actress, or someone who earns, a very high wage, that they're paying, the Social Security payroll tax, the 6.2 to 12.4% on all earnings, and not just like the first $190,000 that they earn. Leave your thoughts and comments below on that. And then finally, the third thing that you have to do to earn the max benefit is to delay benefits all the way until age 70. So the final requirement for earning the maximum benefit is to delay benefits until age 70, even if you meet both of the other qualifications. Claiming before age 70 will result in a smaller monthly payment. So for example, if you take benefits at the age of 62 in 2026, that is the earliest possible age you can retire at. In that case, the highest payment you can receive is $2,969 a month, and that's assuming you've been reaching the maximum taxable earnings limit every year since age 22. On the other hand, delaying benefits is one of the most important factors influencing your benefit, as the difference between filing at 62 and 70 can amount to thousands of dollars every single month. If you've already worked for 35 years and consistently reached the earnings cap, delaying claiming until 70 is crucial to achieve the maximum benefits. If you look there, if you claim at the age of 62, you're going to be receiving $2,969 a month. Whereas if you can put that off another 8 years until the age of 70, in that case, you're going to be receiving the max amount, $5,251. Now, again, the majority of Social Security beneficiaries certainly don't receive anywhere near $5,000 a month. Again, as of this year, right around as of August of this year, the average benefit was right around $2,008 a month. So that is $3,000 less than the max benefit that some folks are receiving on Social Security benefits. And again, the average amounts are going to be going up starting in 2026 for all Social Security beneficiaries, whether you're a retiree, whether you receive SSI benefits, or whether you receive disability benefits. So according to Google AI, after the 2.8% COLA for 2026, the average monthly benefits are estimated to be $2,071 for retired workers, $1,630 for disabled workers, and the maximum federal SSI payment of $994 for an individual and $1,491 for a couple. The SSI payment will increase with the December 31, 2025 payment, while Social Security retirement and disability payments will be reflected in January 2026. The reason, of course, that SSI beneficiaries are going to be receiving their increase a little bit earlier on December 31st is because January 1st is a federal holiday. And in that case, you're just going to be receiving your payment, your increased payment, one day earlier on December 31st. Now, as far as, once again, Social Security retirement benefits, the average monthly benefit is approximately $2,071. It's going to be boosted up to that in 2026. That's going to be an increase of right around $56 a month. So it's going to be up from $2,015, as I mentioned, in 2025 this year. Then as far as Social Security disability insurance payments, the average monthly benefit is going to be approximately $1,630, increasing by $44 per month, up from $1,586 in 2025. And then as far as supplemental security income, or SSI for short, the maximum federal monthly benefit for an individual is $994. The maximum federal benefit for a couple is going to be lifted up to $1,491. That's going to be lifted up from $967 for an individual and $1,450 for a couple. And once again, another thing that we will have to keep our eyes out for, according to the Housing Wire, is that Senate Democrats have introduced a bill to expand Social Security Administration and Department of Veterans Affairs benefits by $200 per month for 6 months. This is essentially going to be a $1,200 stimulus, a $1,200 boost over the course of 6 months. So it's going to be an extra $200 in your check over the course of 6 months. They will have to get Republicans on board with this bill if they do want to pass it through Congress and on to Trump's desk. We'll have to wait and see what happens. But with that said, that's all I have for today's video. And as always, I will see you in the next one.